This is number 8 on the Chapter 5 review worksheet. We're going to find all solutions of cosine 6x minus cosine 3x equals 0. This is using the sum to product formula. So we are going to plug it in. That is negative 2 sine of 6x plus 3x over 2 times sine of 6x minus 3x over 2 equals 0. So we simplify, so negative 2 sine, we have 9x over 2 sine of 3x over 2 equals 0. So we're looking at a multiple angle situation here. So what we want to do is separate using the zero product property so we can solve for each. We have negative 2 sine of 9x over 2, and when does that equal 0? And when does sine of 3x over 2 equals 0? So we can divide by negative 2 to both sides to get rid of the negative 2 in front. So we're just trying to find when is sine of 9x over 2 equals 0. Now when you're solving for this, just imagine this as just a sine of theta, and then you're just trying to find when sine is 0. So if we draw our coordinate plane, y is 0 at this point and this point, at 0 radians and pi radians. So there are two ways to write it. You can either write each event separately, or you can tie them all together with one equation. So this is with two different equations. So a period of sine is 2 pi. So we will write 9x over 2. That will equal 0 at 0 plus 2n pi. And then we have another one, 9x over 2 equals pi plus 2n pi. So the 2n pi, 0 plus 2n pi means it's here the first time, and then if you put a 1, then it's 2 pi. If you put in 2, it's 4 pi. If you plug in negative 1, it's negative 2 pi. So it's always hitting this point. If you use this equation, pi plus 2n pi, so you're here at the first point, and you add 2 pi, then you just keep repeating at this spot. So now we need to solve for our x, and so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal 2 over 9 to both sides. And so we get x equals 4n pi over 9. Then we do the same thing for the next equation, 2 over 9 to every term. So we get x equals 2 pi over 9 plus 4n pi over 9. So that is when you can use two equations. Now, you can use one equation because really it's repeating every pi. So if I were to list out all the answers, I would have 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. I could go backwards from 0, negative pi, negative 2 pi, and so forth. So I hope you see that it really is just adding a pi each time. So instead, we can write as a second option is 9x over 2 equals, we can say 0 plus n pi, okay? And then, right, because you start with 0, and then it goes around every pi. So 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and so forth. Then now we can multiply by 2 over 9 to both sides. So our second option is x equals 2n pi over 9 as the shorter version, right? So this blue covers both of these answers. So the same could be done for the sine of 3x over 2 equals 0. So let me write it out. We have 3x over 2 equals 0 plus 2n pi. And then we have 3x over 2 equals pi plus 2n pi. And then again to solve, we'll multiply by the reciprocal to both terms. So x equals 4n pi over 3. And then we'll do it to the second equation. So x equals 2 pi over 3 plus 4n pi over 3. So that's option 1, writing 2 equations for sine of 3x over 2. And then again, we could do the shortcut for that, which is just doing the n pi. So the second option is you can have 3x over 2 equals just n pi, right? Because 0 plus pi is just 0. And then multiply by the reciprocal. So x equals 2n pi over 3. So you have options in how you write it, and they're all okay. So you could use, again, these 2 answers to cover the sine of 9x over 2, or you could use the n pi if that makes sense to you. Or you can do, and then also for 3x2, you can either have these 2 equations or the shortened version. Either is okay. One more thing that I want to add on this is that the 2n pi over 9, that actually does cover the 2n pi over 3. And just to show you, if we were to actually list out our values, I'm just going to start with the 2n pi over 9. And if we just plugged in numbers, so I plugged in 1, I'd get 2 pi over 9. If I plug in 2, I would get 4 pi over 9. If I plug in 3, that is 6 pi over 9. And then if you reduce this, we can reduce by 3. That would be 2 pi over 3, which is what this second answer covers. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.